All right, guys, back here again. It is Jamie. I got another review for you, and this one is going to be spoiler. We're doing Happy Gilmore 2. This is my friend Austin. He's a big Adam Sandler guy.
I don't
You
know why I did that.
you probably also know him. Well, if you checked out Break the Tackle.
Break the tackle, and you may also know me as the Pef. I got my own channel going on right now, just me being an idiot pretty much right now, but eventually I'm gonna put out some long form videos, but right now it's more so just shorts. Also got a TikTok and an Instagram, so you can check those out as well. Yeah.
Yeah, you might also know him from Enter the Nightmare, my old channel, if you're, still tuning in from that. But not the best setup here today. Sorry, but
Is what it
that's what
is.
we have to work with.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, we're here to do some spoilers on Happy Gilmore 2. Let's get into it. I didn't really put out a even a non-spoiler review before this. I guess I could just give my quick thoughts, and he can give his quick thoughts on just like a short little thing before we actually get into the spoiler part of it. But um, what I'll say is I I'm very middling on it. I don't really think it's hard to compare it to the original because to me the
You
original
can.
is a comedy classic, and I'm not even like a huge Adam Sandler guy. Like I grew up with Adam Sandler, but I definitely have issues with a lot of his films. The thing about I will say about this one, even though I do have issues with it, it's not. I don't think it's a bad movie by any
No.
means. I like Grown Ups 2 to me is bad. That's a bad movie. It did some similar things, but I thought Grown Ups 2 was way more goofier. This definitely has its cheese to it for sure. The jokes still work here and there. I definitely, I'll say I don't think there's as memorable moments in this movie.
Yeah,
I
yeah, I would agree with that.
like the original, you had like what Bob Barker, the Ben Stiller stuff is so iconic.
I mean, Shooter McGavin is probably one of the most memorable
Yeah,
but I'd say sports antagonists in all of sports film.
yeah. No, he's awesome. And then also
Julie Bowen
not Joey
or
Bowen.
Chubbs.
Chubbs, yes, Chubbs is awesome in the original. They try to do like a son thing in this movie. It didn't really work for me,
Yeah,
but
which I do know a lot of the script had actually to be changed because of his passing.
no,
Like there was actually they were actually going to work probably. I mean,
makes
he
sense.
his character passed in the first film, so I'm
Yeah,
guessing probably would have been more like spiritual stuff
yeah,
with Chubbs.
yeah. That definitely sucks. But this movie definitely has like its sequel problems, and while I do find some of the jokes funny, there's also a ton that didn't hit for me. There is, as we'll get into here in a few minutes, a ton of cameos. Almost too many.
This movie had a lot of things working against it, between it being a modern day Adam Sandler movie, which not a lot of people love, but also the fact that it's a Netflix original,
Yeah.
and that's another thing that typically works against your favor.
Yeah. I mean, Netflix gives him a huge budget though, so it's not like he
Yeah.
doesn't have plenty to play with, which you can see in this movie. But yeah, I mean, I if you're a Happy Gilmore fan, which I am, and also even more
Yeah,
so,
it's one of my top 10 favorite films of all time.
yeah, I mean, it's not that high for me, but I do love it. It you definitely can get stuff out of this movie for sure. It's not like your Grown Ups twos and your You Don't Mess with the Zohans and your Jack and Jills and there is definitely some enjoyable stuff. There's some good emotional moments throughout.
I think that's one of the stronger points of the movie is like it does a lot of the heartfelt stuff right.
Yeah, for sure. And some of the cameos do work.
Yes, for sure.
There's definitely some that I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. There's some that we'll get into that I wish they would have done more with. But yeah, I mean, what's your quick thoughts? What
There
are you
are
grading for the end?
Yeah, there. I'm kind of with you, middling. I'd say maybe a little higher than middle, but like I feel like if you were expecting this to be a lot like the first one. Like you gotta lower your expectations. But if you're expecting this to be one of Sandler's worst films, especially now like last like 15, 20 years, it's better than that. At least if you ask me.
Yeah, I mean, not we're not counting like Uncut Gems and like
Right,
those kinds
right.
of movies. Like,
We're talking like Happy Madison
yeah,
production
yeah.
film.
I maybe I shouldn't even say middling because this is a movie I probably wouldn't want to watch again. Um, like I could watch the first one and not watch this one. Not anything as far as like me super disliking it. It's just like it doesn't do a whole lot for me as far as rewatchability personally.
It is a bit longer than I feel like it needs to be.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah. I mean, what is it? An hour and 15? How long is the original?
it's the original is about an hour 30.
Okay,
This
hour and 32.
yeah, this one's about an hour 55. So it's like it's just short of 2 hours.
Yeah. Man, that feels like that's all freaking comedy sequels nowadays. Like they always have to be super long, super big
Yeah,
budget, and it's just like, do you really have to?
it's yeah, I mean this is I mean if you're an Adam Sandler fan, if you're one of the Sandler fans, I mean you're probably not watching movie reviews, no offense, but
Yeah.
you'll like it. You'll definitely like it. It's definitely an easy if you want to turn your brain off, you'll enjoy this movie for sure.
Well, now we're gonna get into the more of the spoiler section.
Not a prediction. That's a spoiler.
It was quite a swerve in the beginning.
With yeah, yeah. So yeah, as Austin said, let's start with the beginning. You wanna start us off?
Yeah, so has so kind of detailing what's been going on since we're happy, and he's been doing a lot of winning, and he's been making a lot of babies. And him and Virginia were having a pretty good life. He was kind of getting ready to retire, but Virginia's like, "Nah, keep going. You're a golfer, happy." And well, pretty similar to how the introduction of the first film, where Happy's father was killed by a puck. Uh, Happy swings and the golf ball hits Virginia. She dies. I did not see that come. That was like that. My jaw, like my mom was watching the first like maybe like 15 minutes with me before she went to bed, and
Yeah.
she was like genuinely stunned by
Yeah.
that. And I mean, the thing is like, you have to find a way to get Happy into that state where he needs to get his mojo back, but I mean, that's hell of a way to do it. And
Yeah.
that was based off the trailers. I did not think that was something that was going to happen.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I didn't watch any trailers, so I've
Yeah.
done a pretty good job of staying
Yes,
away from that
I mean,
stuff.
I'll give him credit for making that a massive surprise, but did
Yeah,
not see that coming at all.
I definitely was shocked,
Yeah.
but shock doesn't always. I mean, ask I know what you did last summer. It doesn't always mean it's done well, or even makes sense. I'm not a huge fan of it. I'm gonna be honest. I thought she was one of the better things about the original.
I agree.
And I just feel like I just thought there was other things you could have done. I mean, I get it. I mean, I am glad they didn't do the cliche, which is them not being together.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
I've seen that done so many freaking times at
And
this point.
and
Like,
I guess I mean, I know we're in the spoiler section, but I'll kind of spoil the rest of the movie. I'm really glad they didn't have him like go after another new
yeah,
love interest. Like
yeah,
really happy they did not go that route. But I do feel like this movie kind of suffered. Like one of the people that you really wish was around more that could be around is definitely Julie Bowen.
yeah, for sure. I mean, she has her scenes here and there in the
Yeah,
movie through like dreams or like
like a spiritual,
yeah,
like
the spiritual thing.
yeah,
Uh, I mean, it is funny not to jump ahead, but it is funny that his what I said this to my one friend Dom, who's been on the channel before through shorts. I was like, it's funny that his wife is in the movie and she's basically an instructor for one of his daughters who plays one of his daughters. And he also has another daughter that is doesn't play his daughter, but is in the idol or the
yes. His oldest daughter Sadie is in the like the alcoholics group or
Yeah,
alky group. We'll get into
yeah,
that.
Alki group. Yeah,
His youngest daughter, Sonny, does play his youngest child in the
yeah.
film. And his wife Jackie, I feel like I don't think she's ever played his love interest in like any of his like I think she voiced the his love interest in Eight Crazy Nights, but that's like the only one I think she was
Okay.
ever
Yeah,
his love interest.
I was trying to think if there's anything. What did she play his love interest in that movie that had his kids in it too? The Jewish movie.
Oh, you're so not invited to my bar mitzvah
Yeah,
or bat mitzvah. I actually haven't watched that one
I
yet.
haven't either.
So
I'm trying.
I
You'll have to let us know in the
she
comments.
might have, but I have to watch that one still.
Yeah, y'all have to let us
Yeah.
know in the
But
comments.
granted, Sandler, you can't say Sandler ain't loyal because he makes sure his friends gets work one way or
Well,
another.
you didn't see any. I don't think you've seen Spade in this movie.
No Spade in this movie, surprisingly. No David
There was
Spade.
no Chris Rock, right?
No, at least, I guess they're also at another level. No
True,
offense to, you know, Sandler's inner circle, I guess,
true.
but
But they've been in his movies
yeah,
before.
the people who don't get that much work are
Yeah,
going to get work with Sandler.
yeah, for sure. Which is good or bad, but
Yeah. So Sandler has five children, or I should say Gilmore. So Happy Gilmore and Virginia, they had five children, four boys, and then the youngest being their daughter. Notably, their eldest son, Gordy, played by professional wrestler Maxwell Jacob Friedman, MJF, of AEW fame. Um, I don't know what your thoughts are on that, as we're both wrestling fans.
I mean they had a couple wrestlers in this movie.
Yeah,
Obviously MGF and
Becky
Becky
Lynch later in the
Lynch.
film, and I guess
Better.
Bad Bunny, if you want to count Bad Bunny.
Um,
He's had good
I
matches
actually think Bad
in
Bunny was one of the
Oh
better
yes,
cameos.
absolutely. Well, I wouldn't even say he
Just
was a cat. Like
well, yeah,
he was a legit
one
star
of
of
the
the
better
film.
star appearances, I
Yeah,
should say, not cameos. Becky Lynch, not to jump to the end, but we're not really going in order. Kind of really surprised me. I
Oh,
didn't even know she was in the movie. I didn't watch the trailer, to be fair. I'm sure you probably knew, so it wasn't as much
yeah.
of a shock. But when she came on screen, it's like, oh shit, I didn't even know she was in this,
Mhm.
which is pretty cool.
And then the wrestling fan of me really wanted to see some MJF and Becky Lynch interaction at some point. We didn't get that
Yeah.
unfortunately, but I was like, the wrestling fan of me really wanted a current WWE superstar and AEW wrestler to be interacting in a movie. But you can't get everything you wish for.
Yeah. But as we'll get into, there's a lot other. I mean, well, I guess that's a little bit further in the movie, but you have Travis Kelce, and not to get to a low point, probably my least favorite
Really?
appearances. I just that whole scene I didn't like when they're at the dinner party or whatever it is, and they're talking about getting ready for Maxi, which I guess we haven't talked about yet. But Maxi is basically this new upstart company that tries to get Happy when, after his wife dies and he's not having it. And they eventually, they're this rival company. They want to take out golf for good. So they have this dinner party where the guys for that golfed for a long time or just, won. Whatever the jacket's called, the
A gold
Masters.
jacket?
Yeah, gold jacket. Um, they had them all there. But Travis Kelce was the
He was like the main
main
server.
or server, yeah.
Yeah.
Um,
I guess I don't know if he was also like a manager, like whatever. Because I guess he had pull because he fired the busboy, who
yeah,
Oscar, played by Bad Bunny.
yeah. No, Bad Bunny I liked,
Oh yeah, he was
but
fantastic. Yes, he was giving me vibes of John Turturro's performance from Mr. Deeds, and yeah, I gotta say Oscar was definitely he might have been my favorite new character of this movie.
yeah. I want to back up a little bit because we're talking about cameos. I mean, she's probably more than a cameo, but she's not really. I said Travis Kelce's one of my least favorite, but this is actually my least favorite because I love this actress. And they just so when Happy's trying to get back into golfing, and he goes to that range or whatever the hell it was. Um, and he goes along with these three other people.
Hmm.
What's the one comedian's name?
Eric Andre,
Eric
which
Andre.
I'm a fan of Eric Andre.
And then Margaret Qualley, I did not know she was in this movie, so that was a great surprise for me. I just did not love the way they used her. I was not a fan of a lot of those scenes, to be honest.
I
That felt like the goofy Sandler of the last couple of years that I don't like, personally.
I I would have liked to see more if it was cut in half. I feel like that part of the film kind of dragged a bit too long.
Yeah,
And like I get what they were going for, but I definitely think they could have cut that in half.
that's fair. I mean, I I'm a pretty becoming a pretty big Margaret Qualley fan, so like. And she's basically a freaking star at this point. Um, but I just thought, could have used her in a different way, or maybe just hopefully she wasn't in this movie because
Yeah.
I just don't know if she fit. I can't even say she didn't fit because I think she was vibing with what was going on. I just didn't think I just wasn't a fan of that scene. That whole thing was just I get it, but like Austin said, you definitely could have cut it down a bit for
Yeah.
sure. But that and Travis Kelce's probably my least favorite like either cameos or like extended cameos or whatever the hell you want to call them. Because Travis Kelce wasn't in it that long. He's in a
Yeah.
couple minutes.
Did you enjoy the part where Bad Bunny lathered him up with honey and got attacked by a bear?
See, I didn't think that was funny.
You didn't think that was funny either?
I'm gonna be honest, guys. I'm a hard person to please with comedy. I I'm not I mean I brought him along because he is definitely more of a comedy guy than me.
Definitely.
Uh, and it's not that I don't like comedy movies. I definitely like more of a mix. That's why some of these recent Sandler films, or even this one, I struggle with. Even though I found myself enjoying this one because I thought they at least got the emotional parts right. I guess going a little bit forward, once they like get into like when they're trying to compete to see who will take on the Maxi League. Actually, let's back up. We got to talk about Shooter McGavin,
Yes.
Christopher McDonald, right? Yeah.
Yep.
Uh,
Christopher McDonald. Shooter.
One of the better things about the first movie, I thought was one of the better things about this movie. Always lights up every scene he's in. He's just having fun, like the movie is supposed to be. I thought they used him really well. At first I'm happy that what they I mean, they kind of did the cliched thing about the evil guy in the first movie then becomes friends with the guy in the second
Yeah.
movie, but I definitely liked it more than him staying evil.
Yeah.
I just wouldn't have been excited for that. So I thought the Safdie brother, is it Benny?
Yeah, Benny
Yeah,
Safdie, who plays Frank Manatee, the who is the CEO of Maxi Energy Drink and is starting the Maxi Golf League.
yeah. I definitely I I definitely glad that they separated this because I thought Benny was a, played the part pretty well and was
Hmm.
annoying enough that um we didn't need to have like another shitty person on top of it. They also
Yeah.
had what's his
Haley
name?
Joel Osment
Haley Joel
play
Osment.
Billy I can't remember the last name, but I mean they got his name wrong like 50 times in the movie. That was kind of a
Yeah.
running joke. But his character he ended up winning the master tournament, got the gold jacket only for him to ditch the league for the Maxi League.
Yeah.
I guess he ended up being a sleeper agent for the Maxi League the whole time and kind of became the face of the Maxi Golf League. I don't know how you felt about his character. I mean, I was kind of in the middle with it. Like,
Yeah, I mean I
thought it
thought it
was
was
fine.
fine. It
Yeah.
wasn't definitely that wasn't one of my nitpicks by any means. Um Yeah, I mean, a lot of the golf stuff in general was fine for the most
Yeah.
part. I
I
mean,
mean,
towards the end, I thought some of that stuff was fun, but like
yeah.
um, I don't like dislike golf, but it just, it didn't, a lot of the golf scenes were just like kind of whatever. What'd you think of, not to go away from what we were talking about, what'd you think of the Ben Stiller return?
Well, first off, I want to show this off. Got it at a Subway, not a sponsor. Um, I was happy to see him back. I something felt missing though.
Yeah.
Like I don't know if I wanted more or less. I'm not really sure how I felt about Hal L in this movie. Like I was glad he was in the movie though.
I didn't think any of the jokes worked that well, to be honest.
Yeah,
Because to me, he's one of the funnier things about the first movie.
yeah, but that charm wasn't quite there.
Yeah. That almost came off like, this character is just, I don't care for this character at all.
he almost like turned it up too high, maybe, or
Maybe, or just like, I just don't think the jokes helped him at all.
yeah, yeah, I agree
And
with that.
some of it didn't really make sense. Like,
Yeah, I
why are
like.
these?
I feel like the premise of what he was supposed to be in this movie probably worked on paper, but I don't think fully executed.
Yeah, and then why did he get? I know this is jumping ahead. Why did he get arrested at the end?
Because he was abusing the power because his uncle was like a judge, and he can easily say they're out of line, and that's why they're forced to do like all that labor for him.
Uh, did we need a whole SWAT team for that?
I don't know about that, but
I thought that
I
was,
mean, you gotta. I guess sometimes you just gotta hold your suspension of disbelief.
yeah, yeah. I guess for sure.
Yeah.
Jumping around. Is there anything else? I mean, before we get to like the endings.
Yeah. Well, I know we kind of skipped a little bit, I know we kind of said that like Happy kind of spiraled out a little bit after the passing of his wife. He ended up losing his grandma's house. Uh Lost a lot. He ended up having to work at a grocery store. He was retired from golf and slowly trying to find an inspiration to get back into it. His daughter was a top prospect to go to a dancing school in Paris, but the money did not have, and there's one way to make money quick, and that is to get back in the game. Which
That's a lot of money.
yeah, John Daly, golfer who for some reason's living with Happy, said, "Hey, you know what you gotta do,"
Whatever.
and that kind of led to the whole like slowly trying to get back to being him. Before that, Benny Safdie's character, I already forgot the name. He's like, "Hey, you want to join Maxi League?" And well, eventually that led to him getting thrown into a lobster tank. But
Yeah.
but yeah, eventually Happy finds his way back into the golf game, and he's actually having a really good performance. Uh, oh, also the end of the scene where he's like kind of learning to get golf back. Yeah, he's drinking throughout the whole thing. He's picked up a really bad alcohol problem, and he eventually crashes a golf cart into another golf cart and gets arrested. And how he gets into how we meet Hal again, he has to go into a AA program, which is called something, but the initials end up being Hal. So, which is I mean, that's a nice joke, I guess. Yeah, that's how we meet Hal again. But he's pushing to get sober and then getting back into golf, and he's looking really good. And then on the final day, lands on Mother's Day, which pretty sensitive topic, I think, because I think that's when Virginia died was on Mother's Day. On
Yeah.
top of it too,
Also,
so
his mom was dead.
oh yeah, his grandmother passed
Or
away.
yeah, grandma. I'm sorry.
Yeah, we don't know about his mom
Yeah.
because I think in the first film she
Or
took off
sure.
because she hated hockey, so she left him and his dad, and
Yeah.
so he's basically an orphan. But yeah, the grandma's long since passed.
Yeah.
And yeah, eventually in the last day he relapses and he kind of takes a turn for the worst. And the top five, whoever finished in the top five would have gone into the to go up 5-on-5 against the Maxi League. There was a bit of a challenge there, and he fell just out of the top five. He fell to sixth, but the winner ended up being a sleeper agent for the Maxi League. So Happy got to be in. He would have raised more than enough money to take his daughter to college, or the dancing school. But it turns out, with his crash and everything, he got fined about $4,000 more than what he earned. So there went
Yeah,
that.
that was fun. Yeah, I mean, I liked a lot of stuff with his kids. I mean, I don't know that any of them individual other than maybe his daughter stood out more,
Yeah, I
but
mean, his sons were kind of all pretty much the same character.
yeah,
I mean, they were more of a gag really than
yeah.
anything, but they had some good like heartwarming moments
I did
with
like
Happy,
his
like the huddles and all that.
I did like his relationship with his other daughter that doesn't play his daughter in the
Yeah,
football meetings.
yeah. Charlotte was the character's name.
Yeah, I did like I said, there's some emotional stuff that definitely worked. We're gonna at this point we're gonna go towards the ending.
Hmm.
The ending is you have the Maxi League going up against the last of the
Hmm.
what they
Yeah.
selected of the
Oh,
Pro Bowl.
I'm sorry, Jamie. There is one more scene I want to talk about.
Okay.
The graveyard scene. So
Oh,
Shooter was actually committed uh into a ward, and he's that was kind of a whole funny thing of like them
yeah.
like
I guess we didn't really talk about shooters.
yeah, we didn't really talk enough about Shooter. I mean, I could talk about Shooter all day.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that scene
But
is great of them fighting, and then, I mean, you kind of knew it was going to happen in that scene. But yeah, I definitely liked it. It also was funny when he injured Benny's character, Benny Sat, or
oh, he threw the hot
yeah,
coffee in his face.
yeah, that was pretty funny, and then ran off very
Yeah.
awkwardly. But yeah, anything with Shooter, I mean, honestly, was pretty good.
Yeah, the graveyard scene. So this is where like Shooter and Happy are they finally meet once again for the first time in years, and he also found out like Happy's like falling apart and that Virginia passed away, and I feel like that really took him aback and thought, yeah, you know what, maybe I'm gonna take it easy on this guy because yeah, he's had it pretty rough, and he actually visits Virginia's grave and kind of like apologizing for being an asshole, I
Yeah.
guess for lack of a
I
better
mean, the
term.
thing, yeah, it's a comedy, so
Yeah.
I'm probably nitpicking,
And
but it is kind of crazy. They portray this guy as like mentally insane, and then he breaks out, and then somehow he's sane. But it's a comedy thing. I
yeah.
get it.
It
Uh,
is.
very goofy
Hmm.
comedy thing, but
There was a lot of they use this graveyard scene so Happy and I was about to say Happy and Gilmore. Happy and Shooter end up in a fight. They run back to pieces of shit line, which classic.
yeah,
They're kind of fighting on a lot of graves, and you see a lot of I guess tombstone cameos. And so not only is his wife in there, but you see Bob Barker, you see his grandma, you see Chubbs, you see Jackass. Um, that was I appreciated that nod. Sandler's very sentimental when it comes to like people he's acted with and who've passed away. He always gets very sentimental about that and usually
yeah,
posts something pretty long on Instagram, something long and heartwarming. So that was a really nice way to like honor them. Even though it's like, how are they all buried in the same graveyard? But again, hold your suspension of disbelief. And after they kind of throw fists, they kind of work it out and they get on the same page. And as they leave, the Mista lady, her gravestone, I'm not gonna lie, that killed me. I'm sure you probably might have been indifferent to it, but
yeah.
guy got a kick out of me. That's my kind of humor. But
But anyways, we got to get towards the ending
yes,
because we're
yes,
running along here. But um, yeah. So we have the Maxi League going up against the what was it, five golfers?
yeah, the
Yeah,
five
the
professional
five that
golfers.
top that came out of the tournament
Yeah,
previously. Um, I I joke with my one friend who's a golfer, or I shouldn't say a golfer, but like golfs. And I was like, if golf was like that, I might actually consider.
I genuinely enjoyed the Maxi League stuff.
Yeah, no, it was funny. It was kind of cool. I like what
Yeah,
they had like the setting of like the frozen. Um,
it felt very video game-esque.
yeah, and I kind of enjoyed it honestly.
Yeah.
Uh, and you got some cameos like Becky Lynch. I also didn't know Reggie Bush was in the
I did not realize that was Reggie Bush until after the fact.
I think I recognized him immediately as soon as like even from far away I recognized him. I don't know why, but like because it's not like he's like a hugely distinguishable person, but like I just for some reason I knew it right away, but I didn't know he was in this movie at all. I actually thought he was pretty
Oh
good.
yeah, the whole
Uh,
8 ball stuff.
yeah.
Oh now.
I actually thought I wish he was in a little bit more. And I thought Becky was good. They didn't really give her
Yeah.
a lot. I wish they gave her a bit more. That was also my problem, just to go back for a second. I thought the Eminem stuff was really good,
Oh my God, yes.
but they barely used him.
Yeah, it was kind of a one scene go for him, but
Yeah.
I really enjoyed his part. I guess spoiler, he dies. um
Wow.
I'm like yeah, you guys are pretty chill for a guy who just got killed by a bunch of alligators.
Yeah, no,
But
it was wild.
again, hold your suspension of
Yeah, I do wish we would have gotten
disbelief.
more from him personally,
Yeah,
but
that was a really good cameo. I do need to mention one part of the movie that I get it, but it was kind of bothering me was I thought there were way too many like of those flashback uh
yeah, I'm with you.
clips. Like they kind of like I get. I mean, I don't want to say insulting the intelligence, but it's like pretty much majority of the people watching this have probably watched the first Happy Gilmore.
Yeah.
So I guess that's for people like, oh, did you forget? But I mean, like, I feel like we could have done without it.
I like how this is completely random. I like how Happy is he like considered he was making fun of Shooter, but well towards the end he wasn't making fun of him, but he basically said that him and that Happy and Tiger Woods was like the golfers of the 90s, which I was like it's insane to think about that they put that in there. But then he had to tell Shooter he also was at the end, but
Yeah, well, yeah, which Shooter finds his way, finds himself actually putting
yeah,
in the game because one of the golfers, I forget his name, so forgive me, gets injured and
yeah,
they need a substitute, and Shooter's been helping them train. And Shooter, it's your turn. And he was like, kind of nervous. He needed to get into the zone, but he got it and kind of got his mojo back. I think that's the last time we really see Shooter in the film.
yeah. Sounds about
Yeah,
right.
I feel like if they were to add like one more like post like credit scene, like maybe it's like a 1 year later scene and Shooter finally gets his gold jacket, that would have been kind of cool.
Yeah.
But
Uh, Fast forward a little bit. I mean, obviously Sandler wins. I mean,
yeah,
I don't think anybody was surprised. They had the rotating, uh, whatever the hell
yeah,
you want to call that, field that,
yeah. Oscar, who was formerly a busboy, became Happy's caddy.
played by Bad Bunny.
Yep, and he was probably arguably my favorite new addition
Yeah,
into this movie.
honestly,
I really enjoyed.
I would probably agree with you. Like, I was
Yeah,
trying to think of somebody. I don't know if there's anybody else that was like a new addition that like was in it long enough for me to really say, but yeah, I mean, I
yeah.
would
Like
probably
like the stuff with his cousin. Like he brings his cousin because he wants him to be a
yeah.
caddy for him. Like
That part was actually funny.
yeah. Or the part where Happy's celebrating his win and does that thing to his old caddy, and then
Yeah,
and then I actually need to mention Sandler's old caddy, like his very first caddy, the one with like the blonde hair. So he shows up in this movie. It's not played by the original guy. It's played by a real golfer, Will Zalordis. Here's the really funny thing. He not only was he not the original caddy, he was born in 1996, the
wow.
year that Happy Gilmore came out. So,
I guess it kind of makes sense. He did look kind of like
yeah.
young. Real quickly, just any other cameos you want to point out or any kind of quotes? I got one quote. I don't have any other cameos that I really have, but if you do, let me know. But I have one quote that railed me because it just was out of left field. I just didn't see it coming. It was by Shooter when he's referring to the Maxi League, I believe. When he says nothing is off the table for these commies. I just didn't see it coming. It floored me. I was actually dying during that. I just couldn't it was just one of those things where it's a joke that just it works so well, but and it's not even like that funny. You're just not expecting it to be said in that
Yeah.
moment. Like you're and it just that is one of my funniest moments to me because it just caught me off just really freaking caught me off guard.
I don't know if there's a particular quote that stands out to me, but I mean, I love the Eminem stuff.
Yeah.
Bad Bunny was a gem of this movie. And Shooter, I mean, I guess if I had to pick an MVP, I'd probably say it was Shooter.
Yeah, I agree. I he's probably all his scenes I enjoyed a lot.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, how'd you feel about Lavelle Crawford playing Chubb's son Slim? Kind of in the middle.
Didn't do much for me to be honest with
Yeah,
you. It was he was just kind of there. I even
yeah,
thought the introduction was lame. I
yeah. I did laugh at the he lost his hand too. It's like, oh, okay, take your hand. Nah, vending machine.
yeah, I didn't expect that story. I will say that. We are going to start wrapping up, but we are going to give our grades. I just want to quickly say, because I'll go first, because Austin's more the Happy Gilmore fan here. It's a movie that I had fun with, even though it had issues you can kind of look over. It's not a bad movie by any means. I think some cameos work, some don't. I think some new appearances work, some don't. I think some of the jokes work, some don't. Um, but throughout, I had a good enough time. It's not a rewatchable movie for me. Like the original is very rewatchable. Love the original. But it's honestly, I'm not saying I would never see this movie again, but it's just not a movie that I would ever think to just put on. It just doesn't. It's my biggest problem with this movie is it just doesn't have enough memorable moments, where the original had so many, and that's kind of my issue. As far as a grade goes, it's tough because like I don't want to be too harsh, and I don't want to be, not harsh enough, I guess. But I think currently I'm gonna go with a C plus.
Okay.
I couldn't quite get it to a B because I feel like you have to be somewhat rewatchable for me personally to get to that B range, but it might grow on me. I mean, I think it's a C plus or a B minus. I think that's kind of the range for it in my opinion. Where the original is like A plus. So I'm gonna pass it over to Austin because he is the resident Adam Sandler guy.
So this is definitely I feel this is one of the more polarizing movies of Adam Sandler's catalog. I see a lot of people hating on it and a lot of people loving on it and a lot of people kind of just in the middle there.
Like Jack and Jill, right? Never seen that movie, and I'm not. Don't say I ever will.
I mean, it's I feel like you need to film your reaction to that movie just for just because I just need to see a reaction to that movie. But anyway, I feel like if we were to get a Happy Gilmore sequel, it should have been years ago.
Yeah,
And I'll say I don't want to say this was as good as they could have gotten it, but like I don't feel disappointed, but I wish it could have been a little better.
it was better than I thought.
I and
When I came up with,
I'm
to be
with you in
honest.
terms of like rewatchability. I don't want to say it's not rewatchable, but I would not go out of my way to rewatch it again. Um, I'll be a little more generous with the grading. I'm gonna go B minus. I was actually thinking B, but the more I'm thinking about it, I'm thinking B minus. I thought it was an enjoyable movie. I think it's easy to watch,
We're in the
but
same ballpark.
yeah, we're in relatively the same ballpark. I says it's one of those movies where not gonna go out of your way to watch it again, but if it's on, you got nothing else to do. What the hell? Why not? You can turn your brain off and enjoy it. It's not a hard watch, but
No,
yeah.
he has way worse movies.
Yeah.
And this
And
movie,
there's some really good qualities to this movie. Like it does a lot of the heartfelt stuff right. But I think you're right in terms of memorability. It's not quite there. I feel this is one of those movies that's going to do really well on like TikTok and like IG Reels and Facebook Reels where you're just going to see clips popping up constantly. It's definitely going to do well in that department, but
well, it's going to do well in the and also the community of people where they almost always have their brain turned off to movies, which
yeah,
sounds harsh, but like
yeah,
it's like nostalgia for them. Which there is definitely some
This
nostalgia.
was heavily I don't want to say nostalgia bait, but it was definitely going into nostalgia, which I mean, granted, like, if any sequel that's gonna happen like 20 plus years after the original, there's gonna be major nostalgia
Yeah.
bait, major nostalgia moments in there. But I feel like a lot of the nostalgia parts that they did, they got right for the most part.
Yeah. It is funny. You got, I know what you did last summer, which was not the, I still know what you did last summer was 97, which is a year after the first Happy Gilmore. So really, and they, but then you also had Happy Gilmore the two, and then you had the new, I know what you did last summer, and they both have like large gaps in between. Um, but I will say one movie pissed me off a lot more than the other.
and
Um,
I really appreciate how they honored like the actors they've lost and the end of the movie, like they kind of like recreate a lot of the what they did with Chubbs at the end of the first film where he's like waving in the sky with the alligator and Abe Lincoln for
yeah.
some reason. But yeah, they do that with a lot of like the characters who have deceased. Well, both characters and actors. Like you had the grandma up there, Bob Barker was throwing fists up there. You had Jackass Jr. Um,
But all right, guys, we
yeah.
do gotta wrap up on this fun spoiler review of Happy Gilmore 2. Go watch it. It's out on Netflix. As always, I'll have more stuff coming. I'm gonna let Austin plug his stuff here in a second. I have Weapons is a movie that's coming soon that I'll be reviewing. This week might be tough for me. I might put something out a little fun. There's not really a ton out. I'm gonna be honest. I'm not going to see Bad Guys 2. No offense to any animated fans out there. I like the first Bad Guys, but I just don't think it's for me to review. Um, but regardless of that, we got plenty more, or I got plenty more on the channel. You'll see Austin again at some point.
I'll
Um,
be around.
yeah, he'll definitely be around. But yeah, plug your stuff real quick.
All right. So on YouTube, you can see me at the PEF. Um, Kind of just doing comedy stuff right now, just kind of doing little bits, more so like TikToks and Reels. Also on Instagram, I am the PEF, separated by underscores, and TikTok, the PEF, at the PEF. Pretty simple. And also, if you're a football fan, this was the closest thing I could get to a Bruins jersey today, so that's why I'm wearing it. But it's also relevant to plug Break the Tackle on YouTube. Gonna be football season's right around the corner, so you're gonna start seeing videos there. And I also have an Instagram as well, so you can follow me there as well. And thank you very much for having me on. It's been a pleasure.
You're welcome. It was fun. And as always, guys, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. I mean, did you like this movie? What's your favorite moment? Do you have a favorite cameo or a favorite new character? Let us know down below. We're very curious. As always, fun review. And I will see you guys next time.
Sugar!